Roll Tide, everyone. We are live, the Bama Standard post-game show, right after a 44-13 victory over the Miami Hurricanes in the ATL. With me tonight is none other than the living legend, Jalston Fowler. What's going on, bud?
Chilling, man. Sitting at the house, man.
Man, tell me your first thoughts. Like first thought off the top of your head, man. What do you think about this game?
Man, we didn't miss a beat, man. I love everything about it. Defense look good, offense look good. Hey, everything's rolling. Just like we left off.
Now, were you expecting us to just explode onto the scene today? Because to be quite honest, like I mentioned to you earlier, our offensive line was relatively young. Bryce Young was young, didn't really have a big game experience. So I kind of thought that we wouldn't be putting up a lot of points. But did you feel like we were going to do what we did, knowing that?
Yeah, man. I just believe in the process with Coach Saban. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess me being a former player, I expect a lot from the guys, even if they, you know what I'm saying, just freshmen. The guys like alumni, we expect a lot. And I literally was talking to somebody. I said either it's gonna be a close game, or if we come out playing like I know we can play, it's gonna be a blowout. So I expected it. I expect nothing short than that.
What I really expected to start things off, I thought we were going to get a heavy dose of the running backs because, with Bryce Young being inexperienced in the big game, you kind of got to let your stable take over. But that wasn't the case at all. It looks like the offensive coordinator just kind of handed him the reins and said, "Do you?"
Man, hey, whatever works. I mean, football has become more of like a passing league, and I mean, I thought we was gonna run up and down their throat because they had a problem with the run game. But hey, he just let the quarterback do him, and I think he feel like the receiving core is like points now when it comes to.
Yeah, no doubt. And, like you mentioned, man, but last year they had such a hard time stopping the run. North Carolina just completely destroyed them. So I was thinking, that's what we're going to do pretty early. But no, we mixed it up. We were very balanced, and we spread the ball around. I was really impressed with the newcomer, Jamison Williams from Ohio State. He was kind of nervous starting things out, but then he just kind of settled down. Next thing I know, man, we hit that 94-yard bomb, and he's off to the races. What did you think about him?
He looked good. I was sitting at the top saying, "Thank you, Ohio State, for that receiver." The guy looked like he really explosive. Kind of remind you of Jerry Jeudy a little bit. I don't know what his route running ability, but by his length and how he runs, he remind you a lot of Jerry Jeudy.
Right. And one person I was really, really impressed with, of course, is our tight end, Cameron Latou. Apparently, Jaleel Billingsley was still in the doghouse, and Coach Saban was trying to still teach him a lesson. But Cameron Latou took advantage of this. One of the best plays of the night, at least as far as I'm concerned, goes. It was that second touchdown by Latou where he juked a couple of people, and then he stiff-armed a guy right in the chest and scored that touchdown. Man, what do you think about that guy?
It's playing physical Alabama football. I mean, it's typical for us, Like, expect. I mean, he goes through it at practice every day. I mean, breaking tackles, working on stiff form. Hey, it's just like it came natural to him.
Yeah, no doubt. Of course, one of the biggest surprises of the night, I guess, was the defense. Good gosh. On paper, we had those dudes, and it looked like, we were going to have the best defense in the country. But, man, they showed up.
Yeah, I love 31. I love number 31. He looks amazing. He wasn't being stopped all night. I hate number 4 like he was having a good hurt and injured. And hey, we give up too many big plays, man. Typical Alabama defense back in like 08 to from 08 to like 12.
Yeah,
that bearing down defense where you couldn't really do anything. Like that's the defense we used to at Alabama. Like that's the standard. That's the high point.
Oh yeah. It was absolutely incredible. Like you said, Chris Allen was having a monster game along with Will Anderson. And it was funny is that you had 2 or 3 guys holding them, and they still were just ripping through their blocks and getting to De'Aaron King. It was crazy. But I tell you what,
Ryan Anderson and Tim Williams guys couldn't be stopped.
Now, is this a trend that you
man?
Oh, without a doubt. And of course, Henry To'oTo'o was I said Henry To'oTo'o was great in the middle too. He kind of added that extra, I guess, firepower that defense needed to go along with what Will Anderson was doing. I was really impressed with him.
He was bringing that thump, man. I mean, he came from Tennessee, which they played a similar type of defense on the go. I mean, he came in, fit right in with the team. So it's like we never missed a beat because most of the stuff that he went through at Tennessee, he is just coming and basically with Coach Saban. So he fit right into the defense and make it play, ran sideline to sideline.
Without a doubt. Somebody from the audience, Wayland, says, I hope the D is back and maybe Allen will be okay. So do you think that what we saw tonight defensively is something that's going to be fairly consistent throughout the season? Because we're going to have a test in 2 weeks against Florida and at their place, and then we got to come back and play Ole Miss. So do you think that this?
Yeah, I think we want to get better from him. I mean, it's the big thing. I feel like we have been missing defense for the last couple of years, and like I said, it looked like one of those defense like Dante Howard, Mark Barron, and Orlando McClain. That look like those type of guys. And I was here to stay, man. I mean, when you can stop a guy like that, hold a team like that, it makes you feel good and confidence that the defense.
Man, what I really liked was, we swarmed to the ball. Literally everybody at their position was swarming to the ball, and no one was out of position. They were in their gaps. They knew their assignments, which is something last year and the year before we struggled with. It looks like we got all that figured out because Miami, basically anytime the ball was let loose, someone was right there in their face taking them down. And that, like you said, man, we hadn't seen that since what, 2015, 2016, and then back when you were there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, man, I loved every moment of the game, especially that's what we're built off of Alabama. I mean, most of the time back in when I was playing, as long as we could put up a couple points, we knew the defense was gonna let people feeling to see it go hand in hand. But now the offense just a little bit more explosive. We used to be. We was ground and pound to the air raid.
Continue with that defense in the second half. The opening drive, Miami's opening drive of the second half. Man, we were letting them march down the field. At any point, did you get concerned about that, or did you kind of feel like we're going to be able to collect ourselves at any moment?
I feel like we're going to collect ourselves at any moment. I mean, we just came out of halftime real slow, and we just had to pick back up the intensity. He just had a moment in time where he just made a couple good plays, and we really know what we can do about it. But once we tuned in and stopped them on the 1 yard line, I was like, it's back to rolling. Then, like you said, came back and hit the 94-yarder. So, hey, it worked.
Hey, what and that on that first drive in the second half, to be honest with you, I think the networks were talking to Alabama and said, you know what, guys, we need this to actually we need to keep some viewers. So what we need you to do is make it a little interesting, but at the end, seal the deal. And that's what we did, man. That goal line stand, dude, that was some big boy football. That was some grown man football right at that goal line.
Indeed, yes, indeed it was. Like I said, man, I've been getting jumped all year, man. Oh, y'all ain't gonna do it again. I got smack to me, man. Like, man, it's just a good feeling for the team to just show up and just all out like they did, man. I mean, it's an amazing feeling, man. Like when I say amazing, it's amazing feeling.
Speaking of running their mouth, of course, Miami was running their mouth all week. And one of the funniest points in the game was when the Miami defender thought he had stripped Roydell Williams.
Right.
And got the ball back. And he went over to the sideline, got his turnover chain, got on top of the bench and started, raising his hands, talking trash.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, 2 seconds later, it's like he had to take that turnover chain back to the store because his card got declined.
Yeah, man. Hey. Hey.
That was the play of the day, man. That was great.
What you get for celebrating? Hey, don't celebrate, for sure.
Listen, and at that point they were down 27-3. Why are you on the bench running your mouth?
Why? It's nothing to celebrate about.
Looking dumb as hell, sitting there.
Get your head be there, man. You already losing, man. Game took.
Yeah, his chain got repossessed.
Yeah, they had to put it back in the box.
They had to, man. The collections came after it. That was the funniest thing. Hey, real quick, question from the audience. Wayland wants to know who wins tonight, Clemson or Georgia. That's a tough. I still can't figure out who I'm going to pick.
I feel like it's gonna be like a game like the Wisconsin State game. I think it's gonna be more of that type of action. Like scores, field goals gonna play a major part in it, and I think Georgia will win it because I'm a big fan of Kirby, but
yeah,
I feel like Georgia's gonna win.
I keep on looking for an advantage, like at quarterback or somewhere, but the thing is, they're so evenly matched. If you look at quarterback, Clemson's quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei, only has 2 starts, but in those 2 starts, he showed out. And then Georgia's quarterback, had like maybe 4 games at the most, too. So, there's not that much of a disparity. So, I don't know. I'm going with Georgia just because I got to roll with the SEC.
Yeah, me too, man. But like I say, I think Kirby guy's going to show up in the end because he just a product of Nick Saban and plus by the SEC. So I feel I'm pulling for Georgia because, like you said, it's the SEC, and I mean you just really have to watch the game because you really don't know what either one of them got, and you just have to how judge games. Like I told everybody, like watching us, and I say I could tell a lot by our first game, and hey, you can tell a lot. Yeah.
Sticking with that, based on what you saw tonight, I mean, what did you take away from it? To me, it's hard to really judge a team on the first game from a fan aspect just because, you're still getting a lot of that rust off. I don't feel like you really see the team's full potential. But in that locker room, what do you see in that first game that we don't see?
Got room to get better. We were explosive. We did a lot of good things. We didn't really turn over the ball. I feel like it was a couple of times where Bryce could have pulled it down and ran for like a first down.
Yeah.
It was like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7. Could have easily pulled the ball down and ran it for a first down, but he stayed in the pocket trying to throw. I mean, we got seen a couple of the corners and a couple of DBs, get beat on a couple like go routes. But they made up for not letting them catch the ball. They were right there, but we had a couple pass interference, and I think I want to say one that got right down the goal line. Can't make those type of mistakes because they could be in a close game, in a big game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't need those. So it's a room to grow and a lot of room to get better.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, being a former fullback and being in that running back room, what did you like about these guys tonight? Who stood out to you the most? B Rob was B Rob. Even though he didn't get a whole lot of touches, he was very effective. He did his thing, but I guess who really stood out to you as the guy?
I like B Rob, man. B Rob runs physical. Only thing, sometimes you got as a running back, you have to make that move to make that one guy miss. I mean, I feel like sometimes he just be trying to run up too much. If he get a little juke and a little movement in his game, he'll be all right. He stood out to me. He ran hard, made a couple good runs. I feel like Trey Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Sanders, he can be pretty good. Feel like they all got room to get better, but like I said, Trey B Rob stood out to me. Trey made a couple good plays. And like number 21, he's gonna be really good. I didn't catch his name. He's gonna be damn good.
Jason McClellan.
23, he has a chance to be really good too, but he just gotta hold on to that ball. I mean, they tell the truth. It reminds me of the 2012 running backs where you could put any one of us in, like when we had started off that game against Michigan.
Oh yeah.
We rotate between me, Eddie, TJ, D Hart. We had 4 guys playing that game, and it seemed like I started to put it on Facebook like they look like they look like us in 2012 when you can rotate and put any back in there. And you don't know who's gonna go off.
By the way, what was your yards per carry in that game? Because every time you touched the ball, man, you ripped it off for a pretty good run.
I don't know. I ain't paid no attention to it. I was just out there having fun.
Oh yeah, Michigan wouldn't have any fun, man.
Man, they wasn't.
But yeah, B Rob did his thing. One thing I noticed about his running style, it seems like he's more interested in. He's got a great burst. He's got a great initial burst, and it seems like to me he's more concerned about just running folks over and running through blocks or tacklers rather than trying to have a little bit of finesse and kind of break some ankles. Whereas Trey Sanders, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, I was going to say Trey Sanders is kind of like a. What was that?
I was going to say B Raw just got to get a little wiggle in his game, man. He got to be able to make that one guy miss and break those long runs. He doing good things, but he just sometimes you gotta make a play and see them big runs from him. That's my thing with him.
And I kept waiting for that run tonight. I thought it was several points that he was just going to explode out that hole and take a yard. But I was pretty excited seeing Trey Sanders come back, especially after that injury to his hip and other things that he suffered from that car accident. It was great to see him finally get in the end zone. But he's kind of I guess a better all around back where he can run you over, but he can also shake you too. So I was hoping to see a little bit more than we did from him in the first half, but it's like so I don't really understand why we didn't see him until the second half.
I feel like what's guy had a nice little juke down there when he ran that touchdown around Trey Sanders.
Yeah,
they picked up protection pretty good in the passing game. So I don't know, man. We just see as the season go on, will it develop? Will we get that? I feel like we'll get those big play runs. So,
oh yeah, without a doubt.
Like I said, we got room for improvement, and I think we'll be all right.
Oh, no doubt.
It always does.
So, what do you see coming from this situation with Jaleel Billingsley?
You said what?
So what do you see coming from this situation with Jaleel Billingsley? You know, the weeks leading up to this game, he was kind of in the doghouse, and Coach Saban was trying to teach him a lesson, and he held him out for the majority of the game until I guess, like the late in the second half. Where do you see this coming from here based on what you experienced with him or what you saw from your teams?
I mean, I feel like he gonna give him a chance. I mean, it was plenty of house and Coach Saban let him out. I mean, you just gotta get on the right track and do the right thing. I mean, he just want the guy to show that he's reliable and he can do the right things out there on the field and be accountable when he's away. He always used to tell us it's not what you're doing when somebody's looking, is when somebody's not looking. When nobody has an eye on you, when nobody's watching, like, and that's all I guess that's all he want to see from the guy. And once he gets that down pat, he'll be all right. He'll let him play.
Yeah.
He's a weapon in the offense, so he can get out. He just had to do the right thing.
So was there anything that you saw from this game that maybe, the casual fan didn't see that I guess that you took from it going and will be a big help going forward?
Go again. Oh, sorry, coming in. I couldn't hear you. Were breaking up a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I was saying is, did you see anything else in this game that maybe the casual fan didn't see, on TV that really impressed you and really gave you a good feeling going forward?
Nah, I understand. I mean, they pretty much like it looked like the same Bama team played as a family, stuck together, and the thing went wrong. The defense had our back. I mean, Alabama football, a family. Like, we got your back, you got our back, we got your backs. I love it, man. Like I said, I love it.
One thing I want to bring up, I got to bring up this. Of course, leading up to the game, there was a ton of trash talk from the Miami fan base and supposedly coming from the players. When you were playing, of course, we've heard that every year. How much of that actually filters into the locker room? Do you guys actually hear that stuff, or is that just something for the fans to get excited about?
Nah, we actually hear. I mean, when I was playing that Cochran, what he'll do, he'll take a picture of it and hang it up on him, and
Oh, really?
basically let us know what the players said. And some of the guys get wild up about it, and some guys be like, "Well, we'll see when we get on the field." But they know you can't talk behind those pads. So we know what's going on. So don't think we don't.
Can you think of a time where some of that really pissed you off and really got you going for a game?
Yeah, the year, I think that was year with Johnny Football. They came to Tuscaloosa.
Oh God,
man, I was really pissed. They would talk. We went and we had to go to Texas A&M the next year. Man, I was riled up for that game, man, because they were basically saying Johnny Football was gonna beat us again and everything, and like the hell with that. I ain't let if it come down to me, I ain't letting that shit happen.
No, dude, you actually kind of put that game on ice, and that was the greatest feeling because I didn't like the fact they came to our house and did what they did, and then they partied on our field afterwards, and just kind of they acted like they'd never been there before. That really pissed me off. So I was curious, like how much of that actually goes into your game planning.
It goes into it. I mean, you like I say, you most of the time you hear the whole week. I don't know how the new guys are, but like I said, when Coach Kyle went there, you hear the whole week, like the whole entire week.
And it looked like today those guys were playing pissed off. Ray Lewis always said, you got to be pissed off for greatness, and it seems like they adopted that philosophy on every aspect of the game. Do you feel like a little bit of that trash talk got to them and got in their heads to where they just came out today and decided just to tee off on them?
Nah, man, it's all Coach Saban. Coach Saban plan, man. You follow the plan, hey, you'll come out and execute. You don't care nothing about what nobody said. Somewhere probably in the back of their head, but hey, Coach Saban has the ticket. It's like Marquise May said. He was at the game. He was going live on Facebook Live. He said, "You can't get a GOAT 3 to prepare for one team." So that's how I feel about the whole situation. He knew everything they was gonna do. So you give him too much time to prepare. So you can't give Coach Saban that much time, man. I'm telling you, you can't. He's on top of it.
And he definitely
Well,
was.
I would say probably after the next championship game, he will watch the film the next day.
You know he was. I want to ask you about that. Does he actually take a break after a championship, or does he just go right back into his office and start on that grind again?
They better go right back to work. Go right back to work.
I mean, do y'all have to negotiate? Do y'all have to negotiate with him to give y'all time to enjoy it, or do y'all have to go right back into that too?
He gives a little time. I'll give you about a good 2 weeks, then it's back to
2 weeks or 2 hours?
probably. It feel like 2 hours because you're right back at it.
And let me ask you this, man. Do you feel like he's mellowing down a little bit? Because, you know, back in your day, I mean, he was giving y'all hell. So do you think that a little bit of that's kind of calmed down?
Yeah, I seen that tonight. When I was when the kid we thought he fumbled. I was like,
Rodell.
that one of us, he would have been right there in your face. You gotta hold on to the ball. You gotta do this, do that. But I don't even recall seeing him snap or do anything. Like, just like, okay, it happened. So I don't know what he said, why he went on the camera. But most of the time he'll come find you, and they make sure most of the time on the during the game they make sure they find the player and Coach Saban, and
Yeah, they do.
So happen to be in the same spot, and he's snapping and going on. But I didn't see that tonight.
They like showed like a brief glimpse of it. They didn't really, you know, stay over there for like a full 5 minutes like they did back when he was chewing out AJ that game against Mississippi State.
Right. Yeah, I remember one game we playing Tennessee, and I'm going in to score. It's like the end of the game. He still cuss me out. You gotta hold on to the damn ball. Do you hold on to the ball? You score. I'm like, my bad, coach. Like I feel like he done melt out a little bit.
So he had no chill even towards the end of the game when the game was in hand, huh?
Heck no. He don't care. The thing about him, he's always coaching. His coaching never stops. Never.
Speaking of that, you know, after a big win, I'll call it a big win. After a big win like this in the opening game, from your experience, you know, what do you take from that? You know, going forward with your season.
Oh, he just tell us, man, you just enjoy it for 24 hours and it's on to the next game. Every game, he just tell us every game value, basically. And he just say he's gonna give you 24 hours to enjoy it, and it's time to move on. You never hold on to that one game because you gotta build and get better each and every game.
You know, no doubt. Of course, coming off a big win like this, you know, next week we're playing Mercer. How does the mindset change when you got to play an opponent that basically you know you're going to take to the woodshed? How do you approach that game, and do you still approach it with the same intensity? Of course, I know you had to because Saban probably threatened you. but how does that change?
I mean, he pushed you even if it was you cool team. I mean, he just wants your preparation to be the best. Like he don't slack up. He's Coach Saban every day of the week, like changing that. So you have to go hard. If you don't want to go hard, he'll find somebody who does, and you'll be sitting on the bench. So he approaches. You have to approach it like it's a game. Every game a big game. Cause he like I said, he's not gonna let off. He gonna push you to the limit. He has practiced hard, but he might give the younger guys more reps so they can get an opportunity to play. So hey, it just approaches how you approach it. I mean, but I know how he wants to approach it.
So he don't care if y'all playing Bishop Sycamore, huh? He wants y'all come right like y'all playing for the national championship.
Damn right.
Hey, I heard Bishop Sycamore needed a fullback, man, and they usually take players your age. What you think?
Nah, I ain't playing, man. So
Dude,
the guy down here trying to get me to play like I don't even think it's arena league. He just want me to come out there and put on some equipment and play. I'm like, hell no, man. I'm done with football. I don't want to play. I have to remind him every other week, man.
Who was talking to you?
I don't know. I looked the name. I can't. It's a guy around Mobile. I think they get a group of guys. Like they either play teams like Pensacola, New Orleans. They get together. He always call me, but like, oh, he'll write me on Facebook like, man, just come on, just play one game with me. I'm like, man, no, man, I'm done. I don't want to play football no more.
What's that signing bonus? I'll be like, what's that signing bonus look like?
Ain't no signing bonus. You playing for free.
Shoot, free.
You playing for free. Ain't no way.
Hey man, Trent's that new league that Trent's gonna be in, man. They're actually paying players pretty nice right now, dude. They had no salary cap. You don't want to go to Tijuana?
Done. No.
Come on, Rudy, man. You got a little bit more in you.
I don't care. It's just gonna stay in.
Wait, so you telling me the Titans called you back today? Did you be like, no, I'm done?
Exactly. I'm good, love, and joy.
You gonna save it for your next generation, huh?
Yeah, I'm basically my son just started playing ball, so trying to get him to. He started late. Wasn't gonna let him play, so now I gotta help him out and get him ready to play.
What's he looking like now, man? Playing ball?
Huh?
I said, what's he looking like on the field right now? I'm sure he takes after his dad. Yeah.
He'll get there, man. He's a fast little kid to be his size, and he got good size on him. They got him playing defensive end, so hey, they trying to teach him like a little technique. So I had to go in the backyard yesterday and help him.
We got someone in the audience says, I hope Coach Saban gives an update on Krista Allen on his press conference. Going back to that play, did you see anything that may have looked like a little bit, like out of place? Because I was trying to watch the replay. I didn't see any kind of bad movement. I didn't see anybody land on him. Did you notice anything?
Yeah, I thought the Aaron's King was hurt more than anything because I seen his knee like buckle or something, but I didn't see anything actually happen to our guy. I mean, it's like he just made a tackle and next thing they say he's on the court going to the room.
Man, De'Aaron King's whole body buckled, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, it did. But that's why I thought he was hurt. I thought he had the knee that he hurt. I thought it was gone out again. I didn't see anything. God though.
It was a crazy stat. I think that going into like the third quarter, he only had missed like maybe one pass, but he only had thrown for 70 yards because people were just attacking immediately as soon as the ball was released. That's just incredible to me, seeing our defense do that.
He really didn't have much time. Like you said, the front four was on them. They was on the whole entire game. Like, and when we did get it out. It was like somebody was right there to the ball or hit the ball up in the air, to cover deflection and got the interception, man. So called out.
They did. Another thing, Henry Toto actually left because of an injury. To me, it looked like a stinger, but then somebody told me that Dr. Kane was walking with him, the sideline and possibly to the tent. If Dr. Kane's walking with somebody, does that mean that it's bad news?
Nah, he just the thing with Dr. Kane. He just want to check you out and make sure things okay. So it might be a bad thing. It might be nothing. But he just always that guy. He wants to check and make sure nothing's broken or is nothing significant.
Yeah, well, I hope that's the case, especially with we're finally loaded at defense. We have an opportunity to do something we hadn't seen since 2015. So, yeah, I definitely hope
Oh yeah.
everybody's okay. Oh, Wayland says that Toto came back into the game. Okay, well, that takes care of that. But Chris Allen is the question right now. All right, real quick, who was your player of the game on both sides of the ball? Or
Who was my player of the game?
On both sides of the ball?
Player of the game. Oh, Bryce. Bryce, definitely. With him being this first time starting and he went out and balled out like that. I mean, had a great game. And on defense, I say one, he had
Oh my
a
God,
hell of a game. They couldn't stop him. He was all over the damn place. Like he balled out.
is it a little too soon to compare him to Derek Thomas? Because some people have actually started talking about that.
Yeah, I heard it earlier today. He reminds you of Derek Thomas when he played, and I see similarities there. But we gotta see how the year progresses. He might start it out hot because he knew he was on TV. We gotta see if that hotness gonna stay there.
Well, it seems like it has, because last year he was just so he didn't really know the defense as well, but now he understands the defense. He understands where he's supposed to be. He trusts the guys beside him. So I feel like now you can really see the true him. So I think we're about to see something special.
I think we are too. I hope nothing's wrong too bad because those two guys remind me of Ryan Anderson and T. Williams coming off those edges.
Oh man, they were
Like
some
those
dudes
guys,
too.
they racked up a whole bunch of sacks, and I see the same thing for those guys.
Well, this game is done. You know, it was a great game. I'm really excited about what we were able to do on the field. But I know looking ahead, I know you're not supposed to, being a former Saban player. I don't want you to get you in the doghouse with him. But what do you see going into Gainesville, man? That's gonna be a pretty dangerous game because being at their place, playing Florida in Gainesville in 2 weeks.
Dangerous. I mean, we just go out, prepare like we supposed to prepare. Do what would need to be done during the week of preparation, we'll be fine. You never worry about that until you get there. And I feel like we'll be fine.
Did you guys ever look ahead? I know you weren't supposed to, but did you guys ever look ahead at all?
Nah, I just played every game normal. I was like, well, we got citizens this week, so hey, for this. I mean, he told us not to look ahead. I didn't. I took it game by game.
I got you. Well, good deal, man. I'm not sure what happened to our boy Steve Brown. I guess he's still in Atlanta traffic. I don't envy that at all. But man, I appreciate you coming on. We'd like to have you back for more post-game shows coming up. Especially we got Florida coming up, and then we got Ole Miss coming up, and I think that's actually going to be a very interesting game. So. I see. What's going on, man?
What you hiding for? They want to see how big he is.
Yeah, why you hiding, man?
Bag up. Show your muscles.
Yeah, man, show us. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's gonna be tall, man. He's gonna be tall.
You gonna do your thing on the field too, man. I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Again, great victory. Awesome show by our defense, and just overall, I was really impressed with Bryce Young. Of course, he's my player of the game. Great. He broke several records. I think 4 touchdowns in a single game. That was a record. Most yards thrown by by anyone in their first game. So sky's the limit with him. Love what Will Anderson did on defense. He's my player of the game too. Looking forward to see what we do next week and then against Florida. But anyway, all right, man. Well, enjoy that Clemson game, brother, and we'll see you next week.
We'll be awesome, man.
Okay.
Go there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's a game, so I might have to take him to football. That's all he been
Take him next week, man.
I want to go to. I said we're gonna watch it on TV. So he said I want to watch it in real. So I should be in Tuscaloosa sooner or later.
So you haven't been to a game yet, man? Have you not been to a game?
Huh?
Has he not been to a game yet?
I haven't been to a game since 2000. Nah, he hasn't been. He hasn't been old enough. Why he's gone? He's staying.
Well, you definitely got to get him down there, man. It's time. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off here, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you later on, man. Roll Tide.